right, man. It was quite interesting to see everybody show up, especially you, Lewis Boss Man. I appreciate you. So today's mukbang slash reaction of this entire situation, we're gonna be eating a kale and peanut protein bowl. I guess that's it. So yeah, and it's also pretty cool. There's a lot of people that showed up, and my quick synopsis of what happened was Lewis told this guy to stop doing bad things online. The guy continued to do bad things online and then decided to also try and shut down other people that were talking about it, which is the Streisand effect. Shout out to that commenter that pointed that out in the comment section of the last video we did checking this out. But this might be the final. Like, this is one of those things where on YouTube, like, somebody makes a video saying this person did something wrong. This other person wants to respond shortly, but then they also try and take down everybody else, making more people turn their head and look. And then it just, I feel like it doesn't stop until somebody actually goes to jail. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting case. But yeah, the final nail in BWE's coffin. Let's check this out.
BWE has doubled and tripled down on trying to have people's videos taken down if they talk about them. And he's also doubled down on calling me a liar and a defamer, which is why I'm doing this video.
Okay.
Mutahar has talked about him. Charlie has talked about him.
KhunShawn also talked about him.
And he's tried to have Mutahar's video taken down. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to do the same thing to Charlie. I want to respond to something that BWE said over here. Plus, I cannot fight a liar with millions of subs. I'm a sole developer. This was posted to his Twitter. The real motive? It's not justice. M dash, because everybody uses M dashes on Twitter. This isn't about ethics, M dash. It's about piracy, jealousy, and pushing an anti-business agenda. I went over this in this video. It's not ABC, it's XYZ with DEF. Anytime somebody does that shit, I know that they wrote what they wrote with ChatGPT.
Of course.
I was
Look at the
lazy
M
and I
dash.
fucked up and I didn't use Pandoc when I should have, and I was using ChatGPT to convert stuff from Wiki to Markdown, from other Markdown to other stuff, and I told it, don't change the content of anything that I said. Simply convert from one format to the other. And I was so stupid, I deleted the chats and I deleted the original work. So I got 60 or 80 pages of stuff at this point that has had the word make sure turned to ensure, that mentions critical, crucial, essential, critical, crucial, essential. It's not ABC, it's DEF with XYZ. M dash, M dash, M dash. I have a PhD and what it's like to have ChatGPT plagiarize your homework for you. The only thing that I am more sure of than that ChatGPT wrote that Twitter post is that BWE is the exact same person as the Luan Taharaj that messed with those 13-year-old girls. I'm calling you out, and I'm saying on a camera with 2 million people, Rossman thinks you're a pedophile. You that it's not worth it, and I cannot fight a liar with millions of subs. And that's complete bullshit. I got a business with 8 employees that have had for 16 years.
Bro.
I have a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers.
GG's.
I have 2 nonprofits that have spent time advocating for right to repair around the country. I've raised money off of nothing other than my name. I go to these state legislative hearings, I testify, I get support from all these different people based on my reputation. My reputation is worth everything to me.
Absolutely.
Without my reputation, I am nothing. Without my reputation, my business is nothing.
Exists.
If I make these claims and they're not true, my business will probably be nothing.
Will be gone.
You could take everything away
He's
from
wagering
me for
everything.
saying what I just did right there, because I didn't qualify it. I didn't do no bullshit that this is not financial advice. No. I said it out loud. And it's very easy for you to prove that I'm completely full of shit.
Bro, this is the ultimate check fucking move, man. So basically, Lewis, he basically just put everything on the table. What he just said literally puts him in the liability to go to court. He gave BWE the sword. He said, you keep talking shit, here's the sword. Let's see what's gonna happen. So basically, if BWE wants to go to court because he's been defamed, if he truly thinks that he's in the right, if he never touched those people because now he has his name thrown out there with the association, he has to go to court. If he decides to go to court with this, he's self-snitching because now he is throwing BWE in association with that whole paperwork documentation of somebody talking to somebody underage. Now, the thing is, if he was to go to court, say he is being defamed, whatever, blah blah blah, because this whole situation does not involve the 16-year-old girls. At least, I hope it doesn't. Right? I hope this is one situation where he was talking to underage people. That court case happened. That's done, and that's just history, right? That is part of your rap sheet. Your rap sheet is this. But what all this came from was somebody that was taking, they were taking control of their customer base. They were using their customers for nefarious means, asking for personal information, insulting them, and basically just doing scummy behavior. Scummy behavior isn't illegal, but scummy behavior will get you prosecuted in the court of public opinion. So to have all of this stuff out there, and Lewis saying, yes, I think you're this. He's saying, hey, if we go to court, we go to court. I don't really care. I think I'm in the right. I think what you're doing is wrong. And basically, it's the Batman approach. I'm telling you, Louis Rossman is Batman. He is Batman. He is willing to throw everything out there on the lines. And look, the guy has an amazing track record. So I wouldn't bet against Lewis. I'm just saying, if you're going to side with anybody on this situation, I mean, we're looking at the guy you should probably side with. But it's up to you. Again, we're just all observing this. I mean, at this point, I'm a participant, but you don't have to be. You can just stay in the comment section and chill. But let's go ahead and continue this this video, man. It's crazy.
The problem here is that I didn't ask for this in the first video I did because I'm a privacy advocate. But one of the things that I had to learn, I got to learn my own lessons here. When I was talking to Mr. Steve Burke at Gamers Nexus, when I'm talking in this video, and this video over here, this one particularly between 18 minutes and 21 minutes, what I'm saying in that video is that when you're dealing with a bitch, the problem is when you try to hold the bitch to the same standard that you hold yourself to. So I would usually hold you to the same standard that I would hold myself to. Customers can walk into my store and not leave their name, their email address, or their phone number, and I will still fix their stuff. I may ask for a deposit ahead of time, but I will still fix their stuff. I don't believe in asking for people's personally identifiable information for no good reason. The problem is you do. And for me to hold you to that standard when you don't hold yourself to that standard is ridiculous.
Of course.
You berate your own customers over this. When you take away the access to what they bought and paid for because it gives you sadistic pleasure to do so, you tell them, show me your ID. Then you make fun of them and say, is that what you show a cop? Then you say that they must not exist. Then you say that they must be inhaling lead fumes, which, by the way, it's flux fumes. Lead does not vaporize into the air until 3,000 plus Fahrenheit, you ignorant fuck. You don't...
Bro said, not only are you disrespectful, you're wrong, and you're a dummy.
You even gotta have a high school diploma to understand this shit.
Not to read, you ignorant fuck.
You take solder, you put it through a soldering iron, you'll see smoke come up, and then when the flux burns away in the solder, you'll notice that smoke stops going up, and you can measure this with a P-Track 8525 particle counter.
He knows his shit.
And what you'll notice is that the solder stays on the iron and doesn't go anywhere, even though it's no longer smoking, because the flux is what creates the fumes, not the lead, you stupid, ignorant motherfucker.
Well, thanks for teaching me. Now I feel like I know a little bit more about electronics. Thank you. Bro, that New York accent on the motherfucker.
The fact that you are worse than somebody that got a 58 on his chemistry regents going to New York City public school is almost more offensive to me than what you did to those 13-year-old girls. I digress.
Mamma
You
mia.
live by the sword,
Mamma
you die
mia.
by the sword.
Mamma
As my
mia.
best friend and great mentor,
Help.
God rest his soul, Mr. Dino used to say, if
R.I.P.
you're going to be the bitch, be the whole bitch. You tell all your customers, show me your ID. I'm going to make the same request to you.
Okay.
Show me your fucking ID. I want to see your state identification. I want to see a state ID that can be verified
We're all
by your
police.
local government. I want that state ID to match the name on your bank accounts that the money comes in for all the people who bought your software. I want
Okay.
that name on your state
That's in
ID
the
to
courtroom.
line up with the transcripts from the college that you claim that you're going to.
This
I
the
want that
courtroom.
state ID to match your fucking picture. If you
If BWE takes Lewis to court, man, a lot of this information and documentation is going to be presented as evidence. It's getting real deep.
were able to
Bro, BWE, just say you're sorry. Say it was your bad, bro. That's all you have to say. I swear. I swear to you. 90% of wars would end if somebody just said sorry, because we all have this ego and we all have this pride of we are right, they are wrong. Nobody wants to see themselves as the bad guy, but you got to recognize sometimes you just make mistakes, bro. Like, and even if you're a dickhead and you're messed up and you did what you did, you could always say sorry, and there's going to be somebody to say, I forgive you. I mean, at this case, not that many people are going to forgive you, but hey, it's a start. You know what I'm saying?
show that with all that evidence, you would be able to bury me in a fucking grave. But you're never going to show that. That's why you deleted your social media. That's why you deleted your business. That's why you got rid of everything, because you know that I'm right and you know that I got more receipts on you. Did you sign up for a website that's similar to Australian's Ticketmaster back in 2020?
Oh,
and if
shit.
so, did you use the name Louis Taharaj when you signed up with your
shit.
business email domain name of BWEelectronics.com.au?
Damn! That's
Yeah,
GG's.
I didn't click on it to see that they match.
It's
But I know.
It raps, bro. It's raps. It's raps.
I know.
You feel that, don't you?
That's
Right
raps,
through your
bro.
suit.
That's the knocks.
The heat is on, Louis. There are eyewitnesses too, and there's more than one of them. And
GGs.
several people have already come forward with them on their YouTube channels. People that you screwed over. You think I wouldn't double check on this shit before I post this to the internet? What
Yeah.
kind of fucking idiot do you think I am? You know how much shit
Yeah.
that I have to lose if I'm wrong about this?
Of course.
BWE has actually visited someone, and someone who we know and trust
Outside source.
actually put eyeballs on this guy. Now, there is a newspaper article, I'll just put it there, with his disgusting
There's a
face
life
on it.
lesson-
So I
life
sent
lesson in
that
this.
picture to this guy over DM, and yeah, there you go. Confirmed kill. That is Louis.
I've looked up a lot of information on you over the past 2 weeks, Louis.
Damn. They even got his face. Bro, GG's. It's raps. It's raps. It's raps. It's raps. See, there's a saying, you know, all the people that you step over to climb the ladder of success, these people that you use and you step on and you just cast them aside when they're no longer a use for you, those are the same people you got to apologize to when you fall down the ladder, bro. All the people that you screwed over, BWE, all the people you screwed over. Of course, you have a big name like Lewis coming after you. You have somebody like Moist Critical talking about it. You have Mudahar talking about it. Everybody is watching this. Everyone is watching this. I didn't think it was going to get this big, to be honest. I was just like, oh, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's make a video. But every single person knows about the situation if they're in any type of loop when it comes to either Louis Rossman, which is right to repair. So that's everybody that is involved in electronic repair. You got Moist Critical. That's everybody that's just into internet drama in general. You got Mudahar, people that are into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. All these other people are going to be looking at this situation. And I'm pretty sure some of those people are interconnected. And also some of the people that you screwed over are interconnected as well. So that's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh yeah, I remember BWE. Yeah, he screwed me over this one time. Wait, I remember this. He was talking about my situation. Oh, I remember when he did this to me. Blah, 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 blah. And then it all comes out. And court of public opinion, brother. GG's, it's raps. You might as well just say I'm sorry and hopefully some people will care.
A lot of stuff that I've yet to disclose. I've dug so much, I'm surprised I'm not standing right next to you in Australia right now, so that you'd have an opportunity to tell me to my face that you think I'm a liar, a cheater, and a defamer, so that you could figure out in person what happens when you say that shit to somebody's face, to a grown man born in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, rather than to a scared little blackmailed Australian girl. I would teach you a lesson that she could not, and I bet you'd take a very different tone with me in person than you do over the internet. Always
Alpha
been a
energy,
privacy
bro.
advocate. Always will be. But I'm not going to make the mistake of holding scumbags to the same standard that I hold myself. I'm going to hold
Batman.
you to the standard that you hold yourself to. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You want to be the bitch? Be the whole bitch. Show me your ID. You want to destroy me as a human being? You can do it with a single fucking scan. But you won't. Because I know who you are. And so do you. You know what pisses me off? I believe in second chances for everybody. I know this is going to sound messed up, but I even believe in, that's what's one of my biggest flaws in the world, that the people that care about me will always point out. I will always give somebody a second and third and a fourth chance.
I mean, that's respectable. That's honestly respectable, even though people are going to use it against you. My camera died. I hope that doesn't mess up my recording. Let me check real quick, see if you guys can still see me. Okay, cool. The tracking's just off. But yeah, I'm telling you, sorry will do a lot of, especially with someone like Lewis, who was a bad man.
It's why I hate Darvo people, because I have an endless amount of sympathy, empathy, and willingness to give somebody a 10,000th chance
I understand.
after they've showed me who they are. And the thing is, in the real world,
That's
even
hard.
with a sick,
That's so
twisted
fucking
fuck
hard.
like you,
So
I'm
hard,
the type
bro.
of person that would want you to have a second chance. It's a character flaw. That's why I'm okay with hiring ex-cons. I don't disqualify people because
there's
they
nothing wrong
checked the
with
wrong box on line
They've
14.
messed up one
If
time.
you have a felony conviction, I'm open to talking to you, and I'm open to giving everybody a second chance.
everyone makes
Because
mistakes.
99% of people, when you give them a second chance, they're going to realize they screwed up and do the right thing. The people that are the most interested in proving they're a net benefit to society, in my experience, are people that got put behind bars for being a net negative. But the problem is that there's that 1% of people, they don't hurt others as a byproduct of their issues. There's that 1% where hurting people is the point. Darvo people, they're uncurable. You were one of the lowest forms of scum in society when you committed that crime and went to prison. And when you came out as somebody who understood PlayStations better than everybody else in the industry, who created software that everybody relies on and uses, that were willing to pay for it. You were the go-to person. Everybody wants to be the Dr. House of their industry, that everybody goes to solve the problems that nobody else can solve. There's such a dopamine rush in that, and there's such a great feeling to knowing that you're on the top of your field, that people look up to you and want to be like you and want to learn, want to troubleshoot like you.
Absolutely.
You could have been a hero They'll David versus Goliath, fighting back against companies like Sony that don't want customers to be able to fix what they bought and paid for. You had everything that you needed to have a second start for yourself. Nobody would have looked you up. If you didn't laugh at people and screw with them as you were ripping them off and fucking with them and telling them that they sound like they're inhaling lead fumes because of how stupid they are as you're revoking access to what they bought and paid for, do you think anybody would have seriously done the detective work to figure out who you are? No. You would have got to live your life as the hero that made the world a better place for people.
You had it all and you threw it away, you dumb fuck!
There it is. And even after all this, again, BWE, all you have to do is really apologize. That's it. But pride and ego, it leads to everybody's downfall. So remember this. Stay humble. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. If you are not humble, you will eventually fail because of your own ego. Nothing is too big to fail. Everything can fail if you let it. If you let it. Amazing work, Louis Bossman. And everybody else, man. Just, I guess, enjoy the show. So we'll see what happens. I didn't expect any of this to like blow up as it did. I thought it was going to stay more around like the repair community. But everybody gets to see this shit. It's like a car crash, you know, you're driving by and you're like, oh, what happened? And until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit the like button. Share it around with your friends. Subscribe. I like making videos like this where we actually deconstruct the narrative and the actual information that's being presented to us. I try and keep it neutral, but man, with all those receipts, it's kind of hard to do so. But again, you could just say sorry. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.